Hello, Michael here again. This time I'm going to take you into a slightly more advanced topic, and I'm going to talk about the use of the RSS widget. This is a tool you can use to get content from other sources online and automatically embed that updated information into the sidebar of your website or wherever you can put a widget into your site. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to our widgets under Appearance here, and then Widgets. And you will see if I scroll down a bit here that I do have a widget titled RSS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that over here into my primary widget area, and then it's going to ask me a bunch of questions. The name of the RSS feed, or excuse me, the URL of the RSS feed, the title I want to show up, and then a couple of options here. So what we need to do is we need to find an RSS feed of the content that we'd like to pull back into our website. So I'm going to set up a little scenario here. Pretty much you can do this with anything that you may have an RSS feed for, but we're going to do it with local news. So over here in my other tab, I have Google News set up. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Advanced News Search. And then there's an option here for location. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm in Lincoln, I'm going to enter in Lincoln, Nebraska. You can also enter a zip code, or if you want Nebraska news, something like that. But this is the best way to focus on to your particular town. And that's all I'm going to do here. I'm going to just do any Google News limited to Lincoln, Nebraska. So I'm going to click Search. And there we go. We have my recent results, the residential parking ban, a concert that happened the other night, etc. You can do any sort of search you want, but basically I'm just looking for local news. Okay, so here's my results. I'm going to scroll on down to the bottom here. And in Google News, the link to the RSS feed is hiding down here in the bottom in the footer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm not going to actually click on that to open that up. If you were to do that, lots of different things could happen. It really depends on your browser and other sorts of things you set up. In this case, what I want to do is I want to copy the link that this is there, or I mean the URL that's hiding behind this link. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to click Copy Link Address, and this may vary depending on your browser. Okay, then I'm going to switch back to my back end in my widgets. And then now that I've copied that, I'm going to paste that URL right here into the field that says enter the RSS feed URL here. Okay, so we've got that there, and there's my Google News results as an RSS feed. Then I'm going to give it a title, so I'm going to call this Local News, and you can call this whatever you want. And then here are our options. Let me explain what your different options here. How many items would you like to display? By default, what this is going to do is it's going to display the headlines of the 10 most recent items. And this list, because it's from RSS and because it's from Google News, will constantly be updating. So every time somebody comes to your website, they will get the 10 most recent options. We can change that anywhere from 1 to 20. I'm going to take this down to 5 just to save a little space. Okay, now by default, you're only going to get the headlines. The next question is, do you want the actual contents, in this case, the full articles? Probably not. Okay, I would say start with headlines, see how much space that takes, and then you can go from there. Do you want to display the item of, the item's author if available? Again, probably not in this case because we're doing news, but you may want that in other certain circumstances. And then display item date. This one I do highly recommend. That way people know that you're getting the latest information. Now, again, this may also vary based upon your source. Google News, a lot of stuff out of Lincoln. Probably the top 5 things are always going to be from today, so the date might seem a little redundant. In those of you in smaller towns, you might not have as many news items, but you can do that if you want. Again, you can experiment. You can always come back and change these. So I'm going to go ahead and display the item date. And I'm going to click Save, and that will update itself. Usually faster than this. I just love recording live videos. Okay, there we go. So that's done, and I'm going to close that up. Now, I want to look at our results, so I'm going to go ahead and Control-click on the title of my blog. That's going to open up my blog here in a new tab. I'm going to switch over to that. And then if you look over here on the right-hand side, here is our local news. It's, in my case, in my theme, it's showing the RSS icon, so people can also subscribe to this if they want. And then here are the 5 most recent headlines. And I can go and click on any one of these, and it will actually take me to the article proper. There we go. There's the article. Okay. And I can just go ahead and go back, and that will take it up. Now, as simple as this is to do, I'm just showing you one particular scenario here, using Google News as the example. There are a lot of RSS sources out there. For example, on my own personal blog, I have an RSS feed set up so that whenever I bookmark something in Delicious, it shows the new bookmarks there. You can use this with Flickr in some cases, although there are some better tools out there that I'll probably talk about in another video. I'm using Google News. I could have used the Lincoln Journal Star. As long as there is an RSS feed of the information you want, you can use that and use the RSS widget and repurpose it for your site. And you can put as many RSS widgets as you want in here. You don't only have to use it once. You can just drag another one into your sidebar. If you have a theme where you can put RSS feeds in your footer, maybe you can put it there. A lot of different options, but this is a really neat feature to get up-to-date current information about your locality or from any other resource that you may have. So that's RSS feeds. If you got any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment below with the post for this video, and I'll be happy to help out. All right, thanks a lot.